I think most people, once you realize how meaningless your life has been and how uh, horrible, in denying people the meaning of their life, for more than 2,000 years, when Jesus Christ of Nazareth stood up in the Roman Empire so we could all live the Lord's Prayer, live the wisdom, live the truth of the Gospels, not the fantasy football league of I feel powerful when I manipulate people because I'm a complete asshole. Or, you give your entire life away. So look at Robert Holguin here. He's his whole life, going to school to be a trained consumer and then doing things that keep people trained consumers. Okay. His entire life, his entire existence, riding bikes along the ditch banks here like we used to do as kids and shit. And not realizing that our lives were being fucked before we were even born because fuckers use money and technology to keep us all fucking, right? You're like, man, that's fucking horrible. So you guys need to get this one loaded quick too, because when I go out to shoot my hoops in the barn and stuff like that, I need something. I like music, but I need something intelligent to listen to make sure that I know that someone gorgeous and beautiful is doing something to correct the technology, so we don't have to fuck and be fucked, right? Go buy your car. Go get your. It's sad watching those kids on those Dr. Pepper commercials, man. This is how I'm going to pay for your what? Your indoctrination and your institutionalization and incarceration. This is how you're going to maintain your incarceration so your ass doesn't get stolen for cigarettes. Are you sure that's going to happen? Because, you hear all the people, I was sexually abused and exploited in the record companies and in Hollywood. And it's horrible. Well, then stand up for the Lord's Prayer or shut up. Okay. Seriously. Stand for the Lord's Prayer. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. Right? If you're not standing up for the Lord's Prayer, then you should expect bad things to happen because you're doing bad things. Right? Right? Okay. I don't expect bad things to happen. I'm doing good things. I don't expect to be tortured by perverts with toxic environments through economic conflict and competition. My whole life, I've been through shit and all that stuff. They didn't come, they knew who I was. All they had to do was just come and take me like Christian and ask me questions. Well, what do you think about this? What do you think about, like they did. And then when they do, it's like, oh no, he's wrong. I'm wrong. Are you sure about that? Well, the nice thing is I'm right. Okay. And I'm the eternal spirit of the Father who, gave us faith in the glory of God from the rabbinic tradition. That's a focal point of the main mindfuckers that have the Wi-Fi at Fort Huachuca, right? So, they say shit and it's like, nah, they legit, they need to quit. But if they could self-correct, they would. Okay. If they could self-correct, they would. If you wanted to be a good person and not being a brain chemical addicted murdering asshole, if you could self-correct, you'd be able to self-correct, right? People that are addicted to fucked up shit, typically, self-correcting is very hard for them. I'm not addicted to fucked up shit, so I don't have that issue. I mean, I get stuck in fucked up shit, like in basic training in San Antonio, Damn, other guys have to break the law and be complete fucking assholes to get treated like we're being treated. Our only crime is being poor. Fuck, right? I've been this intelligent my whole life. I've just never had people get me together and put me in situations where they ask kind of good questions and say, what's the best, perception? What's the best solution? What's the best eternal understanding? But they already had it, They had D.T. Suzuki. They had Haile Selassie. They had Krishnamurti, especially Krishnamurti and Suzuki. Okay? But everything they left us was left, was not, and the whole thing, but what about his books and all that? No, they can take the books And they can edit the books the same way Haile Selassie said that happened with the Abrahamic Bible, with him, you know. And my dad, well, he should have like, what are you going to do? Okay, Jesus got turned into the magic killer god that masturbates while everybody gets sexually abused in brothels till he's ready to come and save us from brothels in the sky by a bunch of perverts, you know. So how is Haile Selassie going to be any different than Lord Jesus? Right? And in the Quran, in Muhammad, y también, 000, you know. So you can't expect to blame the Messiah for the liar. The liar has to be able to take but the liar can't take responsibility. The liar cannot self-correct. Okay? Satan, the accuser, Satan, you know, and all these things, and they got it. So, and then when they translate, here's what it means. It's like, no, not necessarily. That's what Rabbi Wolpe and his money makers from indoctrination and incarceration and institutionalization think it means, or they're telling you what they say it means. Okay, love means you need money to fuck. Truth means you need money to fuck. Okay, wow. So I have faith and love and truth. So I need more money to fuck. Yes. What if I don't want to fuck anymore? Then you're Sheldon and you get off on making other people feel inadequate and unintelligent, but you're not intelligent your own damn self. So could I have more money to fuck, please? You got to work for it. How do you work for money to fuck? You destroy your life and your body and the ecosystem and other people's lives and bodies, and then while they destroy the ecosystem, and then you get your money fuck, and then you drink and you do drugs and you feel good about it. Let's all watch football on Sunday. Okay, fuck, right? It's horrible, you know. Like when I worked at the grocery stores and I used to refer to Super Bowl Sunday as Domestic Violence Sunday, because it is. In the United States of America, they have more instances of domestic violence on Super Bowl Sunday than any other day of the year. Families get together for football and beat the hell out of the wife, beat the hell out of the kids, you know. Flip off how old was I? A 10-year-old or a 9-year-old in the front. It was 9, I think. It was 9 or 10. Yeah. And we all had, Mom sent us outside to cheer for the Steelers after the Super Bowl because Dad was upset because his Cowboys lost. And then the plumber went by and flipped us off in the front yard because we were yelling Steelers, and he was a Cowboy fan, right? Brings families together, right? Lord's Prayer brings families together. Psalms and Proverbs brings families together. Football, live the Lord's Prayer, understand Psalms and Proverbs. I'm going to kick you in the dick so I already did. Okay, thank you. Okay, kick you in the dick and the vajayjay so hard, bam! Like, who done gone and done did that thing done all right. But according to all your rocket science perverts in the Mesilla Valley, I'm a liar and I don't exist. And I got ran over in the parking lot of the Best Buy on Loman about 2013, shortly after Obama said, fuck you. I could have died. Yeah, you would have. He'd be the Messiah better than me. He'd be he's the man. Barack Obama's the man. If we just reelect him president, all our problems would be solved. Just like when we elected Trump president again and all our problems are solved. He knows he's an asshole. Donald Trump knows he's an asshole. Okay. Can he correct himself? No. Just like Barack Obama. Barack Obama doesn't know he's an asshole. He thinks because Trump's an asshole, he has to act like one. Okay. And Trump is like, you're all assholes. Why don't you just admit it like me? Okay. You know, Kimmel's an asshole just like Trump. Okay. But Trump admits he's an asshole. I'm like Vladimir Putin. I'm KGB. We're going to make lots of fucking money. We're going to kill all our business competition and we're going to dominate the world with our business. I'm an asshole, but I'm an honest asshole. You're not an honest asshole. You can't even be honest with yourself. You're just in your face a blatant asshole. Okay? Barack Obama doesn't think he's a blatant asshole. He thinks you are so he can look like he's not one. Okay? Earl's like, yeah, go little guy. And I'm rooting for... I never thought in my life that I would sit here at certain times and root for the Dallas Cowboys when I was a little kid. Yeah. We just did not like the Dallas Cowboys. And Ma did it. But no, I like some of the kids on the team. The little the little 9 kid, isn't that the kid from the UFL thing with the? Yeah, I like the little kid. I can't tell you what he's like intellectually, emotionally. I can't tell you if he sits there, fuck that bitch, fuck her hard, I forget. I can't tell you if he's that stupid. I don't know. I haven't heard him. I haven't. I don't believe Dakota Prescott is, and I kind of like that kid. CeeDee Lamb, he went to Oklahoma. Yeah, he's a different kind of kid. George Pickens used to play for Pittsburgh, but lots of guys used to play for Pittsburgh and do a lot of stupid fucking things and say a lot of fucking stupid things. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just because they play for the team that your mom roots for because she had a crush on Roberto Clemente doesn't mean they're a nice guy. It just means they make money doing stupid shit because we're not legit and we don't live the Lord's Prayer and understand Psalms and or Proverbs or anything close facsimile thereof, right? Okay. Hello. All right. It's not difficult being intelligent. It's difficult being abused by people that are unintelligent. That's difficult. When everybody agrees, I hate him, kill him, and honestly, run him over in the parking lot of Bus Buy. I hate when he opens his mouth because all the things he says, I hate because I tell you the truth about your fucked up self and you don't want to hear it. Boy, how Barack Obama and Donald Trump of you. That's all I'll tell jokes on Kimmel about your dysfunction and your inability to self-correct. I need more money to fuck. Not again. Here we go again. Right? Oh, God dang, it's a bad Will Smith rap. Make it stop. Here we go again. Oh, come on. Trust me, Forget Me Nots is way the better, fuck better than the Men in Black song. Very Special is way the better than the J-Lo, LL Cool J song. Ready or Not by the Delphonics is better than Ready or Not by the Fugees. Trust me, okay? Everybody who samples good songs for their rap music, the song they sample is typically way the fuck better than them talking narcissistically about their self for money to fuck. Now, in the old days, they did need it it was for money to fuck, yes, because we weren't living the Lord's Prayer. But they were hopeful little guys. People like, old Tommy Edwards, they were hopeful. And then what happened? They got jaded and it was miserable and drank themselves to death like my grandfather. Yeah. I'd rather be a good liver than have one. You're not being a good liver. You're killing yourself because life is miserable because we're not living what's good. Right? And then one day they died and their graves are side by side on a hill where robins sing and they say violets grow there all year long. For their hearts were full of spring, right? I can tell you I'm right and that they're wrong. I can tell you I'm good and they're bad. I can tell you I am the way, the truth, and life, and they're the lie, the manipulation, the money, and the ego problem that just can't self-correct. Can I tell you if we're all going to live the glory of the Lord's Prayer worldwide? It seems like and it feels like it with some of the things that they did scientifically through, quote, religious corporations, but what I'm living right now and feeling right now, if they blow it all up, it won't exist. So no one's going to miss it anyway. It's just supernova, black hole. But when you have faith in God, okay, you get up and do what's right and you understand what's right and you behave in that right way. And if you can't do that, then you just don't have faith in God. You throw it all on the Messiah and say, he'll take care of it because I'm lacking in faith to have the courage and kindness to get up and do what's necessary for us to live kind, faithful, loving lives. You're yelling and screaming because you just threw Dak Prescott on the going to the Jerry Jones giant titty bar with the beer advertising and the cell phones, so you could watch another Billy Bong Thornton commercial. The fuck how much money does it cost? It's a fuck. It was crazy. And look what it did to poor Bruce Willis. Well, he did it to himself, but you know what I mean? Drove him crazy. Thinking he had to have all this money for his wife and his kids to survive in hell. It's like, okay, money is an inanimate object that people kill each other over. The Lord's Prayer is the thoughts, words, and action that get us all not to accept that insanity. Well, now, what's going to keep your wife and children safe from insanity? me fixing the technology? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Okay, guys, I love you very much. All right, peace out, man.